out of first. The St. Louis Cardinals did battle with the Brewers in Milwaukee. The Cardinals grabbed the win, the final 7-3. John Jay turned in a nice performance offensively with 3 base hits. Shelby Miller threw the ball well and picked up his 13th win of the year. As of today, he is in the top 5 in the National League in strikeouts. Heading into today, the Brewers sit in first place in the National League Central Division. They have a 4.5 game cushion. The Cardinals are atop the division. They have a 4.5 game cushion. The Diamondbacks paid visit to PNC Park where they took on the hometown Pirates, and it was the D-backs who grabbed the victory. The score was 7-5. Looking at the standings, the Pirates sit in third place in the National League Central Division, 4.5 games back. The Diamondbacks are in third place in the NL West, 12.5 games back. The Colorado Rockies visited the Friars in downtown San Diego, and it was the Rockies who came out on top 8-2. Nolan Arenado was on fire with the bat as he came away with 4 base hits in the game. He also extended his hitting streak to a modest 8 straight. Brett Anderson threw the ball well and picked up his 13th win of the year. Right now, the Padres sit in third place in the National League West Division, 12.5 games back. The Rockies are second in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the NL wildcard race. The Dodgers paid visit to AT&T Park to battle with the Giants, and it was the Giants who nabbed the victory, the final 6-4. Alfred Combs was hot at the plate, collecting 3 hits in the game. Matt Cain threw well enough to earn his 9th W of the year. At the moment, the Giants are in last place in the NL West. They're over 20 games out of first. The Dodgers are atop the division, 3.5 games ahead of second. The Red Sox took on the Blue Jays at the Rogers Center, and it was the boys from north of the border who were victorious. The final was 2-0. Brandon Morrow took the game into his own hands by striking out 15 batters and was rewarded with the win. As of today, the Blue Jays are in last place in the AL East. They're over 20 games out of first. The Red Sox are 4th in the division, 14 games back. The Yankees were at the Trop in St. Pete to take on the Rays. The Rays came away with the win, 7-2. Will Myers showed off his power, blasting 2 home runs and picking up 3 RBIs in the process. Grant Balfour earned his 7th W in relief so far this season. Looking at the standings, the Rays sit in first place in the American League Eastern Division, 4 games up. The Yankees are 3rd in the division, 13 games out. The Chicago White Sox paid visit to the rock and roll capital of the world to match up against the Indians, and it was Cleveland who was victorious. The final score was 3-2. Zach McAllister threw well enough to earn his 9th W of the year. Heading into today, the Indians are atop the AL Central. They have a 3-game cushion. The White Sox are 4th in the division, 10 games out of first. The Orioles were in Detroit to take on the Tigers, and it was the O's who came away victorious. The final was 3-0. Miguel Gonzalez was dominant on the bump, grabbing the victory with a complete game effort. Right now, the Tigers sit in 3rd place in the American League Central, 8 games out of first. The Orioles are in 2nd place in the AL East. They trail first by 4 games. The Kansas City Royals matched up against the Minnesota Twins at Target Field, and the Royals came away with the extra innings win. The final score was 3-2. Eric Hosmer led the charge offensively with 3 knocks in the contest. He currently has the most hits in the American League. Fernando Salas got the win out of the pen, his 6th so far this year. As of today, the Twins are in last place in the AL Central. They're over 20 games out of first. The Royals are 2nd in the division, but they currently hold a spot in the AL wildcard race. The Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim were at O.co Coliseum to take on the A's. The A's came away with the win. The final score was 9-5. Craig Gentry was a force at the plate, driving in 3 runs. Jared Parker picked up the W on the mound, his 16th of the season. He is among the AL leaders in wins. At the moment, the A's are in 2nd place in the AL West, but they currently lead the AL wildcard race. The Angels are 3rd in the division, 19 games out of first. The Texas Rangers paid visit to Minute Maid Park to do battle with the Stros, and it was Houston who came away with the win. The score was 7-5. Looking at the standings, the Astros are in 4th place in the AL West. They're over 20 games out of first. The Rangers are atop the division. They are more than 10 games ahead of 2nd place. And that'll do it for today. Enjoy the games, and we'll talk to you tomorrow.